we talked about the guards, but I want to talk about that kind of those type of players, LeBron, Giannis, and Kevin Durant. Those three
Yeah.
gentlemen. What do their and they all play different too, right? Like so often they get compared, right? But they play
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
So what does their game bring to the table?
So Kevin Durant, I get this a lot. People say Kevin Durant should fall in the dual forward. And I said, no, he's a small forward.
Nah, yeah.
He's a small forward because the small forward position is basically a bigger shooting guard with rebounding responsibilities. Like Kevin Durant is a 7-foot shooting guard, really. What takes him out of the dual forward metric is that Durant is not a facilitator at all. That doesn't mean he can't pass, but he doesn't play to facilitate. Durant plays to score.
Right.
And I believe Kevin Durant is the greatest small forward to ever play the game. I think that because his ability to score the ball, to be efficient. Kevin Durant is a chameleon. His ability to fit in any system. He's a hooper and a basketball player. He can put the ball on the floor. He could just out playground you, or he can play in an offense where he doesn't even need to take dribbles. So Kevin Durant is the ultimate basketball player because of that. LeBron James, in my opinion, is the top 3 greatest player of all time. He's a dual forward. His ability to shape chemistry, to make people around him better, to score, to facilitate, to defend, to rebound, to stuff the stat sheet is what makes LeBron James the prototype for the dual forward position. And Giannis is another dual forward, but has some fabric of hybrid posts.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the finals last year, Milwaukee took the ball out of Giannis' hands in the finals and started making him the screen and roller. So they kind of took him out of the dual forward position where the dual forward is kind of balls in their hand and they're making things. They took the ball out of his hands and made him into a hybrid post where he turned into more of that screener, roller, lob guy. So that's what makes Giannis special, is that he can go from dual forward to hybrid post and still be effective.
Do you think players can develop to change positions over time? Because like I saw Kevin Durant in the playoffs with the Brooklyn Nets when James Harden was playing on one leg, basically. Kyrie was out. He kind of had to play that dual forward role. A lot of people said he couldn't. And he kind of showed that, you know what, I can play this, like do everything type of role similar to LeBron James.
Absolutely. The fact that he was able to do that is just a testament to how great of a talent he is. But by nature, he's not a dual forward. If you look at his entire career, he's never played a dual forward style of play. But for a series, he can do it. He's that talented. And you're right. For that, when those guys were, gimpy and out, he was able to play more dual forward where he put more of an emphasis on facilitating. But by nature, that's not really who he is as far as making plays like that.
Yeah, I feel like, sorry, Theus, hold up. I feel like sometimes people kind of limit players to that because they look at Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum. Me and Theus always talk about this all the time. I'm a Jason Tatum guy. I'm from St. Louis. I think he's the best young player in the NBA other than Trae Young. But people say, well, you know what? He's not better than Luka because Luka can do more. I'm like, well, Jason Tatum can do what Luka does, but it's just like he's more naturally a scorer.
He's a small forward. You're comparing an apple to a grape. That's the argument you get pulled into. Because it's like Luka's better than Jason Tatum. It's like, well, they're different.
Yeah.
Like that's like saying that, well, I like apple when you said, well, I like grape. Like it's preference. Jason Tatum is a small forward. He's cut from the fabric of Carmelo Anthony, Bernard King, Kevin Durant. Like he's a bigger shooting guard. Luka is a dual forward where he's cut from the LeBrons, the guys that dominate the ball and fill up the stat sheet because they're more dual forwards are more like engines. Like everything runs through that engine. Jason Tatum isn't an engine, but he's still part of that vehicle. So that's, again, you get pulled in those arguments, and it's like you're arguing apples and oranges, man.
Yeah.
I wish we had you on for the 3-level score conversation that we had. Me and Ahmad were just basically talking about some of the top guys to be who could score at all 3 levels. But obviously Kevin Durant is one of the guys that's at the top of that list. But do you feel that Steph Curry should also be mentioned when we talk about 3-level scores?
No, Curry's a 4-level scorer. It's a difference.
Ooh. I need you to dive into that a little bit more if you don't mind.
He's just like
no, I mean I know what I mean, but I can't just let him say that and then we just move on.
Yeah, it's just like
right. So when you say 4-level score, talk to the people about why that's the case.
Yeah. So when I came up with that term a couple of years ago, man, like I look at the court as in levels. You get level 1 being like close range, level 2 obviously the mid range area, level 3. The 3-point, and level 4 is the parking lot. So you got 3 players in the NBA that are level 4 scorers, and that's Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, and Trae Young. They're 4-level scorers, which is extremely rare. There's only 3 in the NBA. Now that doesn't say that Kevin Durant or Kyrie or those guys can't make shots from the 4th level, but they don't play out in the 4th level. Like soon as Curry, Trae, and Damian Lillard cross half court, they're in play. Where a lot of guys aren't in play until they reach the 3rd level. Now they're in play. So Steph Curry isn't a 3-level scorer. He's a 4-level scorer.
There we go. There you have it.